NXTP. NextPlay Technologies pumps 175% in just one day. But who are NextPlay Technologies? Just why are they pumping? And should they be in your portfolio? Time to find out. Time to get focused.
Time to get focused with Focus on Investing.
Welcome to Focus on Investing, where we research all of the latest cryptocurrencies, stocks, forex pairs, and commodities, so that all that you have to do is decide whether or not you want to invest. We release these videos as soon as we record them. So, if you're watching this video right now and you've had your bell icon turned on, then this opportunity is probably still available to you. If you don't want to miss out on the next available opportunity, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon. Also, if you like to learn how to get involved in these opportunities before they take off at bottom level, then go to focusoninvesting.io. There we have an investing course that shows you exactly how to get involved in these opportunities before they blow up. All right. So with all of that said, we're going to be going through, again, who NextPlay Technologies are. We're going to be going through why they're pumping. And then later on, at the end of the video, we're going to look at, them on the charts and do some technical analysis on this stock. Again, anything you see today that we pull up any of these sites, the link will be in the description for you to take a look at in your own time. And again, like a lot of these companies, I'm also learning about them at the same time as you are. So yeah, without further ado, let's get the proceeding this evening. So this is NextPlay Technologies Inc. Website is nextplaytechnologies.com. Again, the links will be in the description. Let's see what they're saying. So this is their homepage. From the image, I see some kind of technological company, NextPlay Technology. All right. So it says, welcome to the future. Welcome to NextPlay Technologies Inc. NextPlay Technologies Inc. is a digital business ecosystem company that caters to and ties together digital advertisers, consumers, video gamers, and travelers. Okay, sounded interesting so far. We're building the next generation technology company through acquisition, organic growth, and strategic investment. We leverage the strengths of our existing brands with those that we acquire to create synergy and greater opportunities. All right, sounds good. Have no clue what they do so far. So let's keep going. A global digital ecosystem designed to connect consumers to streaming TV, digital advertising, brands, video gaming, and travel. Okay. Ecosystem has reached to 50 million users over connected TV, PCs, tablets, and mobile devices, with initiatives underway to expand users several fold. So I'm assuming some kind of advertising company. Proprietary ad tech, there we go. Multimedia, artificial intelligence, blockchains, and fintech solution. Interesting. So as I guess there's some kind of ad tech or advertisement there. The AI and blockchains is interesting. Okay. At its core, NextPlay is a next generation in-game and in-video advertising and monetization platform. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's advertising in game and in video. Okay. And its periphery, the company's travel, gaming, and fintech verticals leverage artificial intelligence and blockchain technology to create unique user experiences for consumers. And NextPlay's regulated digital token offering platform integrates with each business's vertical, creating digital asset securitization opportunities across business lines. So I'm getting the okay, this in video and in-game advertising, but how it connects to this other stuff is interesting. I don't get that so far. So interactive digital media, Zapwire, Hotplay, Make It Games, Next Media. I can get with that. The fintech, Longroot, NextBank, Token IQ, NextFin, travel, Next Trip, Next Travel. So unless the travel is some kind of like a travel agency website, maybe like Algo makes the cheapest flights or something like that, and they advertise on that. That's a possibility. The fintech side of it, interesting. I don't know, unless it's just kind of a financial system behind monetizing adverts. I don't know. Corporate overview. We develop engaging and exciting products and services in over-the-top OTT, content entertainment, gaming, in-game advertising, travel, and fintech/crypto banking, leveraging ad tech, artificial intelligence, and blockchain solutions. By combining our existing technologies, strengths with combining our existing technology strengths with the acquisition of new capabilities to fuel growth, we enhance our stakeholder value. Okay, and then we've got this CEO message. Welcome you to our site, blah, blah, blah. Learn more about projects and become better acquainted with our company. Feel free to explore, read about our brands and stakes, hot play, in-game advertising, long ICO portal, interesting, and connected TV. So ICO is basically means initial coin offering, and it's what you do to issue a cryptocurrency to the markets, essentially. So connected TV, ALR, and travel booking solution. So this seems to be correct with the travel booking. The connected TV, we understood that. In-game, we understood that. The ICO portal, interesting. So again, how would they be issuing currencies or coins to the market? I don't know. We're going to go into some of the news. We're going to skip this top one because we're going to go into that in a minute. But NextPlay's Next Bank secures, what's that, 200 million revolving credit line facility, positions bank for scaling online banking and loan processing business. Interesting. So they've secured funding to offer loans via their online banking. So I wonder if this is specifically crypto banking. NextPlay Technologies adds 2 more games to its portfolios and cross-platform titles. Okay, so let's look a bit more. Let me see what they have. Their brands, they have their. It's the fintech that I'm more interested in. Let me see what the fintech's saying. So their long initial coin offering portal operator. So this is what we wanted to know. Focusing on creating regulated cryptocurrencies used for wholesale, travel and real estate and hotels, gaming assets, insurance and digital advertising. Provides fully integrated and licensed digital asset financing and investment services for digital assets. Provides fully regulated and licensed digital assets. So they provide the coins and financing and investment services for digital assets. Licensed by the Thai Securities and Exchange Commission, authorized and regulated under global leading Thai digital assets business law. So here is what they're basically doing. Provides fully regulated and licensed digital assets. So digital assets will be cryptocurrencies, blockchains, I think. Financing and investment services for digital assets. Okay. So that would be it. Next bank, fintech solutions for the global citizen. Online and mobile banking, as we said, services provide customers convenience and easy to access to accounts anytime, anywhere in the world. Supports NextPlay ecosystem by providing access to merchant services, solutions, next tip credit card for our gaming and media travel verticals. Also supports plans to expand long routes capability to potentially include access to cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay. And digital wallet, mobile payments and banking. So they seem to be doing, fiat solutions and also crypto solutions, thereby creating a diversified fintech solutions company. So it sounds like they're into some good things. Smart compliant tokens. We won't go into that again. You can read the link in the description if you need to know more details. But okay, interesting. So they've got the media, the travel side. Let's have a quick look at the travel side. I bet it's what I assumed it was, the kind of amalgamating cheap flights. Architects of the Extraordinary, an innovative travel technology company, travel brand that connects people to new places and discoveries. Innovative booking solution for business and leisure travel. Yeah, booking platform. Access to instantly search and confirm for booking approximately 3.4 million vacation retail units within the company's proprietary platform. And they have journeys, business and solution, multifaceted leisure and travel brand, corporate travel management solution, technology solution for alternative lodging industry. So essentially it's an Airbnb, some kind of business trip booking platform, and then a normal booking platform. So it sounds like they're doing quite a few good things. You go the advertising with digital media, the travel platform, and also the banking solutions. And there, again, there's opportunity for all three of these to interact with each other, right? You can add, your advertising to the travel platform and maybe on the banking platform. Again, the fintech can then monetize the travel, maybe some kind of credit system for the travel, also monetizing the ads and things like that. How will the travel relate to the others? It doesn't really, but generally quite a good bit of synergy between all three of their projects. And again, it's a technology company, seems to be right up on the money, doing various different things. And again, you guys can look more into who their team are. They've got board of directors and management, bit more information about investors if you want to look into that, some legal stuff as well. All right, so that's essentially who NextPlay Technologies Inc. are. Now, the next question is, why are they pumping 175% today? Well, let's go and find out. Let's pull up our next article. If you guys haven't hit the like button, then please do so. It helps to support the stream. If you also want to help support the stream, you can go to Cash App, and our Cash App there is £, focus on investing. So here is our article that we're bringing up. And this article is from Seeking Alpha. Again, the link will be in the description. So here we see the headline is NextPlay Technologies announces 15 million investment commitment for Next FinTech. All right, so the answer is, why did they soar 175% today? Because they've received 15 million investment commitment for Next FinTech. Well, let's break it down a little bit more. Let's move this. It says NextPlay Technologies NXTP, which is their ticker symbol, on Thursday announced a binding commitment for 15 million investment into its Next FinTech division from an institutional investor. The commitment includes purchase of Next FinTech shares at a pre-money valuation of $150 million. Warrants to buy shares in NextPlay beneficially owned by Next Bank, and an option to convert said Next FinTech shares into up to an 18.8 stake in Next Bank. So that's interesting. So these are beneficially owned by Next Bank. So this is, like, again, more of the synergy. They're offering shares of their fintech platform through this Next Bank platform as well. Okay, so here we go with the names. Nithinan Bunyawatan Pisut. I think I got that right. NextPlay's Principal Executive Officer. Over the next 6 months, we will focus our resources on achieving group profitability via the Next FinTech division, said Nitinhan Bunyawatan Pisut, Principal Executive Officer of NextPlay NXTP. The Next FinTech division is comprised of Next Bank International, Next Shield, and Longroot. So we've heard a bit about Longroot, and again, the Next Bank International and Next Shield. So again, this money is going into the whole bank and the Shield and Longroot, but the Next Bank is also managing this transaction, which is quite interesting. And there's another article if you guys want to go on and read that. Next Bank gets 200 million revolving credit line facility. We read a bit about that in the news again, so you guys can look at that. All right, then. So we know exactly who they are. We know why they're soaring today, but let's take a look at the charts and do some technical analysis on their growth and just see where they might go to, or if they do fall back, where they might fall to. Let me bring up our trading view. Again, guys, leave in the comments, is NextPlay something that you think is destined for future success? They got their hands in various different pies when it comes to the technology solutions. Is this something that you would, invest in? And if it is something that you'd invest in, is it something you'd invest in as a long-term play? or more as a sort of pump and dump play? Let me know what your thoughts are around this particular stock. All right, this is TradingView. This is our 4-screen setup with also some of our custom indicators on screen. If you guys would like to get access to some of our templates and our custom indicators that will help you to analyze these assets a lot better and a lot faster, then go to focusoninvesting.io. So currently we're looking at NexyPlay Technologies Inc., ticker symbol NXTP, and we're going to start with the monthly time frame. Starting the monthly time frame, we can see that NXTP had its IPO, initial public offering or entry into the market, on Monday, the 2nd of November, 2009. And we can see that, it started off quite high, actually. It issued to the market at, what is that, $6,000 or $62,000, if that's correct. So quite a high stock price, in fact, if that is correct. I know these numbers are looking a bit funny to me, but let's just say $62,000. Let's do this. We don't want that. We want this window. So we look at this bar here. Yeah, we opened that. What number is that? 63,000 maybe that is correct. That sounds really very, very high. $63,000, $63,750. What it appears to be. I mean, that's actually very high, but hey, it's possible. So quite a high opening stock. Lots of variation in movement. Went up all the way up to $65,000. And in that same month fell down to $47,000. Quite long wicks, small bars, long wicks, and then going through, we're seeing gaps between bars. Then we're seeing long bars, small wicks, long bars again. So quite a bit of volatility and quite a high price. Quite surprising, actually. And if we see price, price open and quite rapidly fell down to quite lower low. Like if we look at here, we're at is that $100? I think that's $100, right? So we've gone all the way from $62,000 to about $100 in how many months? This is November 09, and this is January 12. So what, in 3 years? In 3 years, we've lost quite a bit of momentum. And then since then, we can see that price is basically flat from that point. Obviously, it's not completely flat, but just relative to the heights that we've had, we can see a lot of flatness, As we zoom in, obviously, we're going to get a bit more detail as we get into the smaller time frames, but quite an interesting high price to initially start with, lots of volatility, and then a complete tank to the downside. All right, let's take a look at the weekly time frame. If we pull up our weekly time frame, let's reset the chart. See, as we get in a bit more zoomed in detail, we can see a bit more of the volatility that exists in this. And generally not too, price is quite erratic, but we're generally within the same sort of range. We're having a high of around $12 and a low of around, 80 cents, 85 cents or so is what we're looking at. And again, it's not very smooth price point either. You can see a lot of spikes up and a lot of spikes down, creating a lot of these pivot levels. So these levels are creating areas of support and resistance all throughout these sort of price points. Again, these repeated pivot levels just mean that it's harder for price to shoot up past these levels, right? Because each one of these little pivot levels acts as an area of support and resistance. So price will struggle to pass through all of these levels. And when you have so many of these little levels close to each other, it acts as a sort of barrier for price to break through. All right, so let's zoom in more to the closer time frames. And again, we're going to see a bit more detail of this volatility. So on closer detail, you can see quite a bit of range of movement. Again, we are looking at lower price points at this point. We're looking at the $5 area, $3 area, $2 area. So, but again, even within that, quite a bit of range of movement. You can see quite a steep decline from the highs of, you know, the week of the 15th of March, you can see quite a bit of a steep decline from that price point. We can also see that, you know, the trend filter is red, indicating a bearish price movement or bearish trend. Again, this is an indicator from Focus on Investing. And you can also see, again, all of these pivot lines and levels, which is also an indicator from Focus on Investing, just establishing certain areas of support and resistance that will be key within this chart. If you look at the moving averages, which is essentially the average price over a certain given price point or a given price period. And again, if we're looking at if we're looking at the monthly time frame, each one of these periods would represent a month. So again, the 200 simple moving average is the average price over 200 months. 50 simple moving average will be the average price over 50 months. And we can see that price is trading not only below the 200 simple moving average, but also below the 50 simple moving average, and trading basically below all of our pivot support and resistance levels. If we go back to here, yeah, we're trading underneath this one. The only one we're really trading above is this kind of low spike here from the week of the 6th of June. So this is the weekly time frame. If I've said it was the monthly, it's the weekly time frame. So this is the week of the 6th of June. And the low point there, we're actually trading above. That was actually acting as a level of support, as a base for this week's candlestick to kind of jump off of. And if you see where prices kind of come to the high point, again, this is why these pivot indicators are important. If you notice that prices come just to the exact point of this pivot indicator. Now, you know, support and resistance is not exact price points. There is zonal areas, right? So, but we can see this area is coming exactly to this pivot support and resistance area. So this is why I highly recommend, you know, getting your hands on this indicator from Focus on Investing. It's also lined up and coincide with this 50 simple moving average, which is acted as extra strength or an extra resistance level for price to move to. All right, let's go to the daily time frame. All right, let's reset the chart. And then let's zoom in so we get a bit more detail. And here you can really see the growth on this chart, right? And we get it gives this chart gives us a lot of information about price movement and price point, right? So currently we're trading at 63 cents. I think the market is closed. Let me just check if the market is open or closed. No, the market is still open at this current price point. All right, at the T, it's just dropped down to 42 cents 70. All right, so we're looking at the daily growth. We can see that the daily growth for the day is 115.43%. We're down on the last day of minus 8.02%. You know, for the week, we're up 136.26%. And for the month, we're up 101.88%. So 101.88%. Then if we check our percentage up or down indicator, let's zoom out a bit. Where are we? Here we are. So we can see we're down 85.069% off of our high, and our high is measured at $2.88, and our current price is 43 cents. Now remember, this is the high within the most recent year, so we're down off of the high of the most recent year. Let me remove this indicator again, just to clean up the charts. All right then, and then so where are we getting this 175 increase percentage? What we do, we take it from the close of yesterday's bar, which was about here, and then we take it to the high of today's bar, and then you see we get about 175% growth. So that's where that number comes from. All right, so let's analyze this price pattern a bit more closely. We see that price is actually gone green, so our trend filter is green, which is a good sign, which is showing bullish trend on this chart. And it makes sense, right? Because we're seeing this massive growth over today, and that's completely changed the trend of this chart, which was mostly red. We had a bit of green trend here on the 4th, 5th, and 6th of October. And since then, it's gone back to red. But this big price movement has created a green or a bullish trend, right? And we've seen this green trend around, you know, the area of the 23rd of June to the 22nd of June, excuse me. All right, so the fact that we've got green trend filter here on the daily time frame, but red trend filter on the weekly time frame shows that we don't have correlation between the two time frames, right? And that is mainly because, you know, this spike in price movement is so, you know, out of trend or out of the normal. It kind of happened so quickly that the bullish trend hasn't had time to reflect on the weekly time frame. So that's just a more of a measure of traditionally or commonly is quite bearish, and then we're having a spike of bullish price activity. So this is why we're not seeing it as a consistent bullish asset or stock, right? We're seeing it as a mostly bearish one with bullish spikes. And again, we can see that just by looking at this indicator again. You can get this indicator from focusoninvesting.io. And we can see that it's mostly bearish, but with spikes of bullish activity, a green patch here, and a green patch here, right? So if we look at price, price generally is trading below all three moving averages. We have our 200 simple moving average here, our 50 simple moving average here, and our 20 simple moving average. And generally, price doesn't really respect the 20 simple moving average. Again, the 20 simple moving average is the weakest of our support and resistance levels. The 50 simple moving average is the what you call the middling strength of our support and resistance levels. And then we have the 200 simple moving average, which is the strongest strength of support and resistance levels. And we can see that it does tend to seem to respect the 50 simple moving average, generally trends below it. And then if it does manage to break it, it breaks it cleanly and then uses the level of resistance as a level of support for a little while, and then breaks cleanly back down below it. Again, a few little spikes, a little fake outs here and there, but generally we're seeing price respect the 50 simple moving average, which is quite a good indicator. You know, we like to see chart price movement that respects indicators, especially the moving averages, right? Because it gives us a better establishment as to what price is going to do, and a bit more security, less volatility and erratic behavior and price movement with these stocks or with these charts, right? So we like to see a chart that does respect the 50 simple moving average. Ideally, the 20 simple moving average we'd like to see, but not many do that do that, right? And that more indicates more of a weaker price movement if it does respect the 20 simple moving average. Again, the 200 simple moving average is here. Let's zoom out a little bit and just get a better look. Yeah, trading way above price. And again, that's because we've declined in price so steeply that the 200 simple moving average hasn't had a chance to catch up, as it's a lagging indicator. All right, so if we look at where price currently went to, again, we spoke about this on the weekly time frame, but we can see that, you know, we've got this key pivot support and resistance level, again, focus on investing indicator, at this 53-cent level, right? And at this 53-cent level, we can see that this has been established from this long bar and wick from the 9th of June. And this long wick has created this level of resistance right up here. So this is what is kind of acting as a pre-established level of resistance. And if we look at price has come all the way up to this level and pulled back. So again, these are why these indicators and these price points are interesting or necessary to know, right? Because this is where price obeys. A price obeys these certain levels. And having the knowledge of where these levels are allows you to plan your trade better and your exit management better, right? So we can see that here prices come to this level. Again, these are zonal areas and not specific numbers. So, you know, you might see price stop slightly before it, just on it, or slightly afterwards. And we can see here, price has just slightly gone past the actual number, but again, still within the zone. Price has gone up to this level, and then we're seeing a retracement and a pullback, right? So, you know, it makes sense that price would rise up to this level. Let's just draw in our line. Indicate again, this is where our indicator is. So this is the sort of area that we're relating to. And now we've drawn this line, it's also highlighted something very interesting. I don't know if you've managed to see it as soon as I've drawn it, but we've seen that price is that line has been indicated by here, this high wick. But what else do we notice? We also notice here, look at this wick here on the 2nd of April 2022. that has also come to this line previously before this wick. So the fact that we've got two lines that's reached this price point indicates that there is something significant about this price area. So now we've got three. We've got the one, we've got the two, and this third one indicates a three. Now I'm willing to bet if we zoom out of this chart, we might see more prices terminate at that level as we go further back. And we can see here that, yeah, around this area, we can see that this is prices use this area as an area of support to finish here. Even along here, we see a few bars here that's finished at this level. Even here, a bit more of a gap, but still around that zone. Here, they've used it as an area of support, support, broken just through it again, similar to the levels that this is broken through. And again, we see price again terminating here and here. So even around here, again, we're seeing prices terminate in that zone of support or resistance. So we can see why technical analysis is important, because it indicates or highlights areas where price is likely to terminate at bounce off of a turnaround. And this sort of price action or behavior or movement, again, is all based on previous price and the ability to identify the patterns. So we've identified that this is quite a significant area. Again, our key pivot support and resistance indicator highlighted that to us beforehand without us even having to go back and analyze that. So again, emphasizing the importance of certain indicators on your charts to help you read and analyze price. All right, so we can see prices hit that and it's bounced off of that level and it's going back down to the downside. Now, what is interesting to me is that where price currently is at, there's not really significant price, there's not a significant area of support and resistance around that. The closest I would say is around here. I guess we're kind of in that ballpark, but not enough. Then we have a pivot level here. Then we're kind of middling in between these two levels. And I wouldn't say they're significant enough. This one here is quite significant at the $44 level, 44 cents level, excuse me. Just because the number of, bars that are terminating around this level. This one up here, yeah, we've got one here, 2, 3. Above it, maybe more significant, but where current price is, I wouldn't really say is really there. So the next level key area of support, I would say, is here. This one here is more significant. Where are we? Here. It's a bit more significant. And then again, we've got one more dropping a bit further down to around this sort of level here. We won't draw this one in, but this would be the next one. So we're really looking at these areas here for price to retrace back to. So if we're looking at a retracement of price, more than likely, I'm more inclined to look at this $38 level. We do know that price is quite sensitive to some of these support and resistance levels. So is a possibility of this $44 level. So I'm going to draw a channel here. Let's get our channel. If we let's draw it from back here. From back here to here. And here. I think it's somewhere between here that price is going to retrace back to. We've got our resistance line, which is the top line, our support line, which is the bottom line. And then we also have this, the line in the middle that also acts as a level of support and resistance. We also know that the 200 simple moving average is also trending in between this channel. So again, adding extra support and resistance to this sort of area, right? So we could see price pull back all the way down to basically this 200 simple moving average area, which you've now identified because of our markup on the charts that this 200 simple moving average is also within this zonal area. So quite a bit of support and resistance within this sort of channel area. So if I was to assume price was going to pull back to anywhere after its massive rise to its high level, if it was to pull back from anywhere, I would assume it's going to pull back to somewhere within this channel. All right. So again, this is another, chart that we've highlighted that is grown crazy, that's been pumping. And this is what we do at Focus on Investing. We highlight all the mostly trading and pumping and trending, forex pairs, stocks, cryptocurrencies, and commodities. So again, if you guys want to stay up to date with whatever the latest trending assets are, then Focus on Investing is the place for you. If you want to learn how to, identify these opportunities and get into them before they pump, so ideally you would have liked to go into this trade, around here, the close of yesterday, and they've been able to ride this growth all the way up, this 175% growth. Now, had you invested in this chart, yesterday, which would have been Wednesday the 19th, you'd have had 175% growth increase on your investment, right? So this is ideally what you want to be aiming to do. Get in before the growth, before the pump, before the rise, before the soaring, right? Before the to the moon. You want to be on a spaceship before it sails to the moon, right? So, if you guys want to learn on how to identify charts, and also get your hands on the tools that allow you to identify charts that are just about to explode, then go to focusoninvesting.io. There we've got our investment course that allows you to understand everything you need to know about, technical analysis, being able to read the charts, being able to identify the charts, again, being able to draw up and mark up your own charts, and then also being able to identify opportunities and get in on these opportunities before they start to explode. All right. So thank you guys for joining me, and take care. Peace.